try to be okay. I've been stitching up the pieces of a heart you left behind, smiling in the daylight, but I'm breaking in my mind. You don't hear the echoes when I'm calling out your name. You don't feel the thunder every time you walk away. Little do you see how I'm drowning in the quiet. Every word you never said is starting up a riot. In the corners of my chest where your shadow used to be, you're already sleeping, but you're wide awake in me. Little do you see, little do you see. Little do you know you're the ghost inside my empty room. Every song I write is just a note you never knew. I've been learning how to stand on all the ground that fell apart, teaching all my broken thoughts to live without your heart. You don't hear the stories that I whisper to the dark. You don't see the map you drew across my every scar. Little do you see how I'm drowning in the quiet. Every word you never said is starting up a riot. In the corners of my chest where your shadow used to be, you're already sleeping, but you're wide awake in me. Little do you see, little do you see. One day I'll forget the color of your eyes. One day all these tremors will settle in the sky. I'll turn this aching into fire, let it set me free, and you'll be just another honest memory. Little do you see how I'm learning how to breathe, turning all the broken glass into a melody. Little do you see I was drowning in the quiet. Now the words I never said are starting their own riot. From the corners of my chest where your shadow used to be, I am finally waking from the dream you wrote for me. Little did I know I was all I ever need. Little do you see, little do you see. I keep our pictures in a box beneath my bed. It's just another way to talk to you inside my head. I trace the outlines of a life we never lived, 1,000 little futures that we didn't get to give. Every time I almost dial your number, I pull back, swallowed by the silence in the spaces that we left. send a message just to say I'm doing fine, but you would never see the fault lines in the lines. These are silent earthquakes shaking underneath my skin, cracks along the places where your memory's built in. You don't hear the tremors when you're sleeping peacefully, but every quiet moment feels like falling endlessly. These are silent earthquakes, only breaking me. Maybe someday all this shaking settles down. I'll rebuild my world on different ground. I'll understand where you are not, turn every fracture into something I'm not scared of. These are silent earthquakes. Now the ground is learning peace. I'm drawing brighter borders where your shadow used to be. You don't feel the tremors, but you're stepping out to breathe. Every quiet moment is a chance to finally be free from silent earthquakes. Finally free. We wrote our names on paper hearts and taped them to the wall. Said we'd keep them hanging there no matter if we fall. Now there's empty spaces where our promises used to be. Little faded corners curling up and breaking free. I still hear your laughter in the corners of this room, filling up the silence like a long forgotten tune. We are just paper hearts and echoes, words that never made it past our throats. You were my almost, my half-written story. Now you're just a line in fading glory. We are only paper your sweater and a half-forgotten song. The city's quiet, but my head is way too loud. Every little memory screaming in the crowd. I keep replaying every word you didn't say, filling in the silence with the things you walked away. Every night I'm dancing with your shadow, spinning in the corners of this empty room alone. I reach out but you're never really there though. Just an echo, just a ghost inside my phone. I keep pretending I can let you go somehow, but every night I'm dancing with your shadow now. Your cup is still there on the table by the door. I know I should move on, but I keep it like before. I'll play our playlist just to feel you in the air, but every chorus only proves that you're not anywhere. I talk to you like you could hear me through the walls, answer with the quiet when your name is all I call. Every night I'm dancing with your shadow, spinning in the corners of this empty room alone. I reach out but you're never really there though. Just an echo, just a ghost inside my phone. I keep pretending I can let you go somehow, but every night I'm dancing with your shadow now. Maybe I'm afraid of who I'll be without you here, so I keep you living in these songs. I disappear. One day I'll turn the music off and finally sleep, but I'm not strong enough to close my eyes that deep. I'm dancing, I'm dancing with everything I lost. I'm dancing, I'm dancing, but you already crossed. Every night I'm dancing with your shadow, spinning in the corners of this empty room alone. I reach out but you're never really there though. Just an echo, just a ghost inside my phone. I know one day I'm gonna let you go somehow, but tonight I'm still dancing with your shadow now. I still see your shoes by the door where you left, like you're gonna come back for the things that you kept. jacket's on a chair like you just went to smoke. Funny how the smallest things feel like a heavy joke. I tell my friends I'm fine, they say you're doing great, but they don't feel you sitting in the empty space. You're just a ghost in my head, sleeping in my bed, talking in the quiet when I'm trying to forget. You're just a ghost in my phone, ringing when I'm alone. I know that you're gone, but it doesn't feel like it yet. You're just a ghost in my head. I still pour 2 cups of coffee every day. Then I watch one getting cold and throw it all away. I scroll through our photos like a movie I can't pause, looking for a moment where I know it's all my fault. I shouldn't miss the fights, the nights we fell apart, but even all the bad still feels better than this dark. You're just a ghost in my head, sleeping in my bed, talking in the quiet when I'm trying to forget. You're just a ghost in my phone, ringing when I'm alone. I know that you're gone, but it doesn't feel like it yet. You're just a ghost in my head. Maybe I'm addicted to the way we almost worked, holding on to pieces even though they kinda hurt. One day I'll erase you from the corners of this place, but right now I still see you in every single space. You're just a ghost in my head, whispering what you said, filling up the silence with the words I won't regret. You're just a ghost in my phone, but I learned to let it go. I know that you're gone and I'll have to live with that. You're just a ghost in my head. There's an empty pillow where your head would always lie. I still sleep on my own side, like you're still in my life. Your hoodie on the nightstand smells a little like your cologne. It's crazy how this tiny room has never felt so cold. I leave the TV on so I don't hear my thoughts, but every quiet moment just reminds me what I lost. I still make space on our side of the bed, still reach out my hand like you're there instead. I keep one eye closed so I don't see the truth, that this room was made for two. Now it's only me and you in my head, on our side of the bed. Your charger's tangled underneath the nightlight by the wall. I haven't moved your records or your pictures down the hall. of tomorrow I'll start putting things away. But every time I try, I hear you telling me to wait. I know that you're not coming back to lock the door. Still I check the hallway like you've done it all before. I still make space on our side of the bed. Still reach out my hand like you're there instead. I keep one eye closed so I don't see the truth, that this room was made for two. Now it's only me and you in my head. On our side of the bed. One day I'll roll over and not feel the missing weight. Change the sheets and finally let your memory fade. But tonight I'm still lying in the places that you left, chasing all your outlines in the silence on my chest. I won't make space on our side of the bed. I'll claim every inch like I'm whole again. I'll open both eyes and stare down the truth, that this room is mine alone, not a gravesite for our youth. I'll let go of our side of the bed. I lie awake and count the cracks above my head. They look like little highways leading back to what you said. I replay every argument until it's out of shape. Turn myself into the villain just to make it all make sense. I know you're probably sleeping through another easy night while I'm here writing apologies you'll never see in light. I've been talking to the ceiling like it understands, telling it the stories of the way we fell apart, pouring out the secrets I could never say to you. Like maybe I was scared to love you like I wanted to. I've been talking to the ceiling in the dark. Your toothbrush still is leaning where you left it by the sink. I move it, then I put it back, then I just stare and think. I practice conversations with the ghost inside my room, trying to find the version where I didn't lose you too. They say I should move on and let the shadows fade, but I keep finding little pieces in the mess we made. I've been talking to the ceiling. 'Cause I'll stop talking to the ceiling like it understands. Start speaking to the mirror, learn to hold my own two hands. I'll bury all the secrets that were never meant for you, and maybe I'll be strong enough to want somebody new. I've been talking to the ceiling, now I'll talk to me too. I turn the volume down so low I only hear my thoughts. Replay every moment like a movie that we lost. I wear your absence like a jacket I can't take off. Every little memory stitching where the seams are torn. I tell everyone I'm fine, they believe it every time. But beneath the practice smile, there's another quiet line. Underneath the quiet, there's a storm that never sleeps. All the words we never spoke are crashing undersea. You don't see the lightning when you look at me and smile, but I've been holding hurricanes inside for quite a while. Underneath the quiet, I'm not alright. I put your letters in a drawer I never let myself unlock. But some nights I'm still listening for your footsteps on the walk. I count the hours like they're beads along a broken chain, waiting for the moment when it doesn't feel the same. I can fake the laughter, I can hide the shaking hands, but I cannot stop the waves from pulling at the sand. Underneath the quiet, there's a storm that never sleeps. All the words we never spoke are crashing undersea. You don't see the lightning when you look at me and smile, but I've been holding hurricanes inside for quite a while. Underneath the quiet, I'm not alright. Maybe I will learn to dance inside the rain, turn the thunder in my chest into a different name. I'll open every window, let the cold night in, till all the hidden weather finally settles in my skin. Underneath the quiet, I can feel the storm release. All the words I never said are drifting out to sea. You don't see the lightning, but the sky is turning bright. I'm learning how to breathe again beneath the fading night. Underneath the quiet, I'll be alright. I watched the three dots dancing, then they disappeared. You almost said something, then you pulled it out of fear. I screenshot all the almost and the messages unsent, like I can read between the lines of what you never meant. I stare at your last okay like it's some kind of curse, scrolling through our history, watching us in reverse. You left me on red, but I'm still reading into it. Every empty bubble feels like something that I miss. You moved on with your life like we were just a phase, while I'm stuck in conversations that never got a place. You left me on red. I can't unread this ache. Your status says you're active, guess you're talking to someone. I type out I still miss you, then I backspace till it's gone. I play our favorite song and skip before the chorus hits, because that's where you first told me you were scared of all of this. We planned out every summer like they'd always be the same. Now I'm scrolling past the tickets to the shows we never played. You left me on red, but I'm still reading into it. Every empty bubble feels like something that I miss. You moved on with your life like we were just a phase, while I'm stuck in conversations that never got a place. You left me on red. I can't unread this ache. Maybe silence is an answer that I never wanna hear. Maybe leaving me on red is how you made it clear. I deserve somebody who can look me in the eyes, not someone hiding in the gray of maybe every time. You left me on red, but I'm not reading into it. I'm deleting all the chats where I keep losing bit by bit. You can keep your silence, I'll go find a different voice, someone who replies instead of treating me like noise. You left me on red, but I'll be more than this. Your footsteps used to echo down this narrow little hall. Now it's just the hum of lights and pictures on the wall. I pass the mirror and I almost say your name, then I catch myself and realize it's not the same. Every open doorway feels like somewhere you should be, but you're just a missing piece in every frame I see. You're a shadow in the hallway, fading with the day, a ghost inside the corners where we used to walk away. I keep reaching for your hand in the spaces that I know you're not coming back to fill, but I still can't let it go. You're just shadows in the hallway. Find I know. I keep your mug upon the shelf, I never drink from it. It's like a monument to every time